try that again. Alright, today I'm at South Fork. It's a little hiking area with a nice little trail. I won't be on the trail much. I'm gonna go off trail, and I never found an elk shed here. I know they're in here. But I found some whitetail sheds. But I'm kind of scouting around a little today. See if I can find some bulls or some whitetail deer. I noticed my last video was very shaky. I'm going to try not to be so shaky this time. We'll see if I could do that. Alright, let's get out there and find some sheds or find some animals. Be fun. There is a little Colorado River canyon between Greer and South Fork. Good fishing in there. If you go hike down Hall Creek or by Hall Creek, get into the little Colorado River, I usually catch a nice trout in there. Pretty view from here though. Alright, I was looking in this little bowl here on the side of the hill, and I was thinking, this is a perfect spot for a shed. There should be one in here. I know South Fork has a lot of elk, but it's like a march area where you need to go and march. A lot of people hit it. And I thought, there's just got to be one in here though. Someone might have missed one. And then I saw one right there. It's old, it's chalk, it looks like deer, but at least we got one. It's a whitetail. See how everything comes off of one main beam? Whitetail antler. Mule deer will split. Here's a deadhead. I just jumped up a whitetail. I love whitetails, and they're beloved. Eating them, they taste great, better than mule deer, and they're fun to hunt. They're just cool little deer, the coues deer, or Arizona and Mexico whitetail. Here's a whitetail deadhead we just found. Kind of interesting, not exactly normal, not really non-normal either though. Got some mass to him. There's the whitetail right there watching us. Just a doe. Here's another. I found a spiked deadhead last week. Here's another one. I'll just leave it here. Alright, I just found this shed. Almost walked right over it. I was looking at a dead deer over there. I can't find the head, but it's pretty fresh. A buzzard was eating it. And then I was walking around looking for the head of that deer, and I found this shed. Like I said, I never found elk sheds in here. I know they got to be in here somewhere, but I always find a few deer sheds. This is a real pretty little area here on the bench above South Fork. There's a little creek that's always running. There's no road that comes up here officially. There are roads, but they're closed, but people have keys. I never found sheds here. I've seen herds of, I don't know, 100 cow elk with their youngins up here. Real pretty area though. Right there is a wallow. So there's bulls in here somewhere, I just don't know where. There's a little bull. He's not very big. He's still growing, but he's not going to be real big. And he's with a couple cows. Well, I found some bulls. There's a bunch up here, about 20 of them. I kept jumping them up. Got a few, but not very good. And then I finally took some were watching me for a long time. So I got all my stuff out to take pictures and get close-ups, and they left. But they sat there and watched me for a long time. But there's a whole bunch in here, and some of them look pretty nice. So I haven't found any sheds, but there's definitely bulls in here. When I hiked South Fork before, I always thought, well, those are all the cows are on that side. Maybe over here up on these benches is where all those bulls hang out. Never been up here before, and this is where the bulls hang out. But I did see some trash, so other people have been up here. There's South Fork, just so you can see. It's not a very big creek, it's a little creek. There's no fishing in it. There used to be browns in it a long time ago, but I don't know if there still is any fish in it. And there's Lupin. Say hi, Lupin. Good job. It's starting to sprinkle and thunder's coming, so I better hurry back to the truck. This is South Fork Trail. It's a nice little trail right next to the creek. Right there. And it's pretty for about a mile. It's a nice little trail, maybe less. Easy trail, walk along it, have fun playing in the creek. But then after that you'll hit the burn and it's not quite so nice or pretty. But it's a nice little trail for a while. And I parked at the trailhead. There's our local rams. They hang out here all the time. All over. I've hit the trail. I went all the way up and around, looked all over, found a couple deer sheds. Did find a lot of bulls, and some of them look pretty big. I wish I could have got better pictures, but it's hard because they run before I could get out my stuff. And then I worked my way down and I hit the trail. And now I'm just walking along the trail to get back to my truck. I used to avoid trails because you can't find a shed along the trail most of the time. But I've learned to use trails to get where I want or to get back to my truck. It makes it a lot faster. So I'm walking right along South Fork, headed back to the truck. I started right here at the trailhead. Went up and over, went right along here, and right about here somewhere is where I found those whitetail antlers. Came across the top, went down, hiked through here. I found that mule deer shed right about here. Then I went up, still hiking. Right here is where the little spring is. And a little creek and meadow, it's real pretty. Then I went up here a little ways and up here. This is where all the bull elk are hanging out on this bench. And then I just went like this, somewhere back here. Went like this, down to the river, and hiked the trail back. Let's see what this is. So this is I went 8, but 10 miles is what I went today with all my walking around. But all those bull elk were hanging out on this bench right here. No sheds though. I think I want to come and check these little areas.